Have you ever stopped to consider the power of your imagination? Not the fleeting daydreams or the idle thoughts that pass through your mind, but the focused, intentional use of your imagination to shape your reality. It is no coincidence that we were created with the ability to envision, to dream, and to see beyond the limitations of our present circumstances. This gift is no ordinary thing, it is a divine tool, given by the Creator Himself, to co-author the story of our lives. In the sacred scriptures it is written, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." These words carry a truth so profound that it echoes across time and space, inviting us to delve deeper into the mystery of our existence. Have you ever truly grasped the magnitude of this statement? It suggests that your thoughts, your inner beliefs, and the images you hold in your mind are not just abstract notions. They are the architects of your reality. What you imagine with conviction becomes the blueprint of your life. Close your eyes for a moment and envision the life you desire. Picture it in vivid detail. The house you dream of, the peace you long for, the relationships you cherish, the success you yearn to achieve. Can you see it? Can you feel it? Now, here's the question, does it feel real to you? Or does doubt begin to creep in, whispering that such a life is impossible, that your dreams are too big, too far out of reach? Doubt is the thief of destiny, yet it is powerless in the face of unwavering faith. And here lies the great paradox. Faith is not just belief in what is seen, it is the evidence of things unseen. Faith is the cornerstone of imagination, the engine that brings the invisible into the visible, the intangible into the tangible. Without faith, imagination becomes an idle wanderer, a vessel without a rudder. But with faith, it becomes a force that can move mountains, break chains, and create miracles. Consider the stories of old tales of triumph, faith, and divine intervention. When the walls of Jericho fell, it was not by might but by belief in the divine promise. When David faced Goliath, it was not his skill that ensured victory, but his unwavering conviction that the battle was already won in the spiritual realm. These are not just historical accounts, they are eternal lessons, teaching us that the unseen is far more powerful than the seen. They reveal a truth that many overlook. Your imagination, when fueled by faith, has the power to rewrite your story. Imagine the world around you as malleable like clay in the hands of a potter. You are the artist, and your imagination is the tool through which you shape this clay. What will you create? Will you allow fear and doubt to mar your creation, leaving it incomplete and unrecognizable? Or will you dare to dream boldly, to see the masterpiece before it is finished, trusting that every stroke, every detail will manifest exactly as you envision it? But here's the challenge: imagination is not a passive act. It requires focus, intention, and discipline. How often do we allow our minds to wander into the realm of fear, replaying past failures or imagining worst-case scenarios? How often do we plant seeds of doubt and wonder why we reap a harvest of disappointment? The mind is fertile ground, and every thought is a seed. What are you planting today? Are your thoughts aligned with abundance, joy, and success, or are they rooted in lack, fear, and limitation? The Creator has given us the ability to imagine so that we might partake in the divine act of creation. This is not a power reserved for a chosen few, but a birthright for all who dare to believe. Yet it is a power that must be stewarded with care. To imagine without faith is like building a house without a foundation. It may look beautiful for a moment, but it will not stand. Have you ever wondered why you were given the ability to dream of things that seem beyond your reach? Could it be that your imagination is not a cruel trick, but a glimpse into the life that is waiting for you? What if your dreams are not just fantasies, but whispers from the divine, guiding you toward your purpose? The world may try to convince you that reality is fixed, that you are bound by circumstances, and that your dreams are impractical. But do not believe it. The truth is, reality bends to the will of a focused imagination. What you hold in your mind, with faith and persistence, must come to pass. The physical world is merely a reflection of the spiritual. The question is not whether your dreams are possible, but whether you have the courage to see them as already real. As you listen to these words, pause and reflect. What are you imagining for your life? Are you envisioning abundance, peace, and joy? Or are you allowing the shadows of fear and doubt to dictate your vision? The time has come to take control of your imagination, to wield it with purpose and faith. For within you lies the power to create a life beyond your wildest dreams, a life that reflects the desires of your heart and the divine will of God. Let us now explore the principles that will unlock the full potential of your imagination. Together we will uncover the keys to manifesting the life you were always meant to live. Begin with clarity of vision. The first step in manifesting your life using imagination is to begin with clarity of vision. Clarity is not a mere suggestion, it is a necessity. Without it, the journey toward your desires becomes like wandering in a dense fog, unsure of where you are headed. To create the life you envision, you must first define what you truly want in explicit, vivid detail. Imagine trying to build a house without a blueprint. Chaos would follow. The same principle applies to your life. Your imagination is the tool, but clarity is the blueprint. Think about this. How often do you wish for success, happiness, or fulfillment without specifying what those things mean to you? You may say, I want a better life, but what does a better life look like? Is it financial freedom? A loving relationship? Inner peace? The Creator operates in specificity, not vagueness. He asks you to write the vision and make it plain. Why? Because clarity is the language of creation. When your vision is clear, your imagination has a defined target to bring into reality. Start by closing your eyes and visualizing the life you want. Do not just see it, immerse yourself in it. What does your ideal day look like? From the moment you wake up to the time you rest, imagine every detail. See the surroundings, feel the emotions, and hear the sounds. Are you living in a peaceful home? Driving the car of your dreams, building meaningful relationships? Whatever your desires may be, allow your imagination to paint a picture so vivid that it feels real. Clarity also requires honesty. You must ask yourself what you truly desire, not what others expect of you, not what society deems acceptable, but what your heart genuinely longs for. Many people fail to manifest their dreams because they are pursuing goals that do not resonate with their true selves. They are chasing what looks good on the outside while neglecting the inner calling of their soul. The Creator does not bless inauthenticity, He blesses alignment. When your desires align with who you are and the purpose He has placed within you, the doors of opportunity begin to open. Now, here's an essential truth. Clarity brings focus, and focus amplifies power. Imagine sunlight passing through a magnifying glass. The light, when scattered, warms the surface, but when focused, it has the power to ignite fire. Your imagination works the same way. When your vision is scattered, your energy is diffused, and your results are inconsistent. But when you focus your imagination on a specific, clear vision, your power to create becomes unstoppable. Clarity also helps you overcome doubt. When you are uncertain about what you want, doubt has room to grow. It whispers, are you sure this is what you want? What if it's not? But when your vision is clear, doubt has no foothold. You are grounded in certainty, and this certainty fuels your faith. Faith is the cornerstone of manifestation, and it flourishes in the soil of clarity. Clarity is a declaration to the universe. When you define your desires with precision, you are sending a clear message: this is what I want, and I am ready to receive it. The universe responds to clarity with opportunities, resources, and divine guidance. It begins to rearrange itself to align with your vision. But remember, the clearer your message, the clearer the response. Take a moment now to reflect on your vision. If you were to describe your ideal life to someone, could you do so in vivid detail? If not, it's time to refine your vision. Write it down. Make it plain. Keep it before you and revisit it often. For when your vision is clear, your imagination becomes the force that brings it to life. Feel it as already real. The second key to manifesting your life through imagination is to feel your desires as if they are already real. This is where imagination moves from mere visualization to powerful creation. It's not enough to see your dreams in your mind, you must feel them in your heart. Emotion is the language of the subconscious mind, and it is through emotion that you communicate with the divine power within you. Imagine this: you're planting a seed in fertile soil. The seed represents your vision, but emotion is the water that nurtures it. Without emotion, your vision remains dormant, unable to grow. When you feel your dreams as real, you activate the divine energy that breathes life into them. Your imagination must not only see the end result, but also experience the joy, gratitude, and fulfillment of having already achieved it. Faith is often described as the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. But faith is not merely intellectual belief, it is emotional conviction. To manifest your desires, you must align your emotions with your vision. If you want to live in abundance, feel abundant now. If you desire peace, embody peace in this moment. The key is to act as if the outcome is already yours, not someday in the distant future, but here and now. Here's a powerful practice. Close your eyes and imagine yourself in the life you desire. Picture every detail as vividly as possible. Now go deeper. What does it feel like to live this life? Imagine the joy of waking up in the home you've always dreamed of, the gratitude of experiencing financial freedom, or the love that fills your heart in meaningful relationships. Allow these emotions to flood your being. Feel them so deeply that they become a part of you. Emotion creates energy, and energy is magnetic. When you radiate the emotions of your desired life, you attract circumstances, people, and opportunities that align with those emotions. The Creator has designed the universe to respond to energy. If you send out signals of lack, fear, or doubt, the universe will mirror those back to you. But when you emit gratitude, joy, and confidence, you draw those experiences into your reality. Many people struggle with this principle because they focus on what they lack rather than what they desire. They say, I'll feel happy when I achieve this, or I'll feel grateful when I have that. But this approach reverses the natural order of creation. You must feel first, and the manifestation will follow. As you train your imagination to feel the end result, you align yourself with the frequency of your desires. Another important aspect is persistence. Feeling your dreams as real is not a one-time exercise. It is a daily practice, a habit that must be cultivated. Each morning before you face the world, take a few moments to step into your imagined reality. Each night, as you close your eyes, let gratitude fill your heart for the life you are creating. These moments of feeling anchor your vision in faith and set the wheels of creation in motion. Remember that feeling is not just an inward experience, it influences your outward actions. When you feel as though your desires are already real, you naturally begin to act in ways that align with that reality. You carry yourself with confidence, make decisions with clarity, and approach challenges with resilience. Your actions become a reflection of your imagined reality, accelerating its manifestation. Persist despite doubts. Persistence is the fuel that keeps your imagination alive even in the face of doubts and challenges. It is one thing to dream boldly, to imagine a better future, but it is another to hold on to that vision when the world around you seems to contradict it. Doubt is inevitable. It will creep in, whispering lies that your dreams are too big, your efforts are futile, and your vision is unattainable. But here is the truth: doubt has no power unless you give it power. Persistence is your shield, the unshakable force that keeps you aligned with your vision. Consider this: every great achievement throughout history has faced resistance. Whether it's the seedling breaking through the soil or a visionary defying societal norms, challenges are not a sign of failure but a test of resolve. When you persist despite doubts, you send a clear signal to the universe and your own subconscious mind: I believe in my vision, and I will not waver. This belief acts as a magnet, drawing the resources, opportunities, and guidance needed to manifest your desires. Imagine a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble. At first, it may seem like nothing is happening. The marble resists, appearing unyielding and stubborn. But the sculptor persists, knowing that with each strike, the masterpiece within the stone becomes closer to reality. Your imagination works in the same way. Doubts are the hard surface of the marble, and persistence is the chisel that carves your dreams into existence. Without persistence, your vision remains trapped, unrealized beneath the surface. To persist despite doubts, you must train your mind to focus on the promise, not the problem. The scriptures remind us to walk by faith, not by sight. This means you must hold on to your vision even when your current reality does not reflect it. Doubt often arises from the gap between where you are and where you want to be. But remember, this gap is not evidence of failure, it is the space where transformation occurs. Your persistence is the bridge that closes the gap. One practical way to persist is to surround yourself with reminders of your vision. Write it down, create a vision board, or keep a journal of gratitude for the progress you've made. These tools anchor you to your dreams, providing motivation when doubt tries to pull you away. Additionally, guard your imagination from negativity. Limit your exposure to voices, situations, or environments that sow seeds of doubt. Instead, seek out inspiration books, speeches, and individuals who uplift and encourage you. Persistence also requires patience. The Creator works in perfect timing, and your role is to remain faithful while the unseen forces align to bring your vision to life. Do not be discouraged by delays. Instead, see them as opportunities for growth and preparation. Often, the waiting period is where you develop the strength, wisdom, and resilience needed to sustain the blessings you are about to receive. As you persist, remember to celebrate small victories along the way. Each step forward, no matter how small, is evidence that your vision is becoming reality. These moments of progress build momentum and reaffirm your faith, making it easier to keep going when challenges arise. Persistence is not about ignoring doubts, but overcoming them. It is about choosing to believe in your vision, even when circumstances tempt you to give up. When you persist despite doubts, you honor the Creator's gift of imagination, demonstrating that you trust the process and the divine timing that governs all things. So hold fast to your vision. Persist, and you will see the manifestation of your dreams. Remove negative thoughts. Your imagination is a sacred space, a fertile ground where the seeds of your desires are planted. But just as a garden requires protection from weeds, your imagination must be guarded against negative thoughts. Negativity is like a toxin that pollutes your creative power, stifling your ability to manifest the life you envision. To create the reality you desire, you must actively remove negative thoughts and replace them with affirmations of faith, hope, and gratitude. Negative thoughts often stem from fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. These fears are natural, but must not be allowed to take root in your imagination. When you dwell on fear, you give it life, and it begins to shape your reality. The scriptures remind us that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. This means you have the authority to take control of your thoughts, to reject fear, and to choose faith instead. Begin by becoming aware of your thought patterns. What do you tell yourself when you face challenges? Are your inner dialogues filled with doubt, self-criticism, or despair? If so, it's time to interrupt those patterns. When a negative thought arises, do not entertain it. Instead, counter it with a positive affirmation. For example, if you think, "I can't do this," replace it with, "I am capable and I am equipped for this challenge." Over time, these affirmations rewire your mind, shifting your focus from fear to faith. Another effective way to remove negative thoughts is through prayer and meditation. These practices allow you to quiet the noise of the world and tune into the divine presence within. In moments of stillness, you can release your fears and doubts, laying them at the feet of the Creator. As you do, you make room for peace and clarity to fill your imagination. Prayer is not just a request for help. It is a declaration of trust, a way of saying, "I believe that my vision is aligned with divine will, and I trust the process." It's also important to monitor the influences around you. What kind of energy do you allow into your life? Are you surrounded by negativity, whether in the form of relationships, media, or environments? If so, take deliberate steps to distance yourself from these influences. Protecting your imagination requires discernment. Choose to engage with people, content, and experiences that uplift and inspire you. The more positivity you allow into your life, the less room there is for negativity to take hold. Remember, your imagination is a reflection of what you feed it. If you consume negativity, it will dominate your thoughts. But if you feed your mind with uplifting ideas, hopeful visions, and faith-filled affirmations, your imagination will naturally align with the life you desire. Think of it as nurturing a garden. The more care and attention you give to the good seeds, the more abundant your harvest will be. Removing negative thoughts is not a one-time act. It is a daily practice. Each day presents new challenges and opportunities to either succumb to fear or choose faith. Be intentional about starting your day with gratitude and ending it with reflection. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant, while reflection helps you recognize areas where negativity may have crept in. By cultivating these habits, you create a mental environment where your imagination can thrive. Your imagination is too precious to be clouded by negativity. Guard it fiercely, nurture it with faith, and watch as it becomes the source of your greatest creations. For as you remove negative thoughts, you make space for the divine to work through you, transforming your dreams into reality. Act in faith. Imagination, no matter how vivid or powerful, requires action to bring it to life. Faith without action is like a bird with one wing, it cannot take flight. To manifest the life you desire, you must act in alignment with the vision you hold in your imagination. This action is not born out of doubt or desperation. It is an expression of unwavering faith, a declaration to the world and the Creator that you believe your vision is real, even if it is not yet visible. Acting in faith means moving forward as if your dreams are already accomplished. Imagine the life you desire, the success, the relationships, the peace, and the abundance. Now ask yourself, how would someone who already has these things behave? Would they walk with confidence or hesitation? Would they approach challenges with fear or with boldness? Acting in faith requires you to embody the mindset and behaviors of the person you aspire to become. When you do this, you align your actions with your imagination, accelerating the manifestation of your desires. Faith-filled action often starts with small, deliberate steps. You don't have to take massive leaps right away. What matters is consistency and intention. If you envision yourself in a career that brings you fulfillment, begin by taking steps that align with that vision. Update your skills network with like-minded individuals or create a plan for how to transition into that role. Each small step is an act of faith, a signal that you are serious about your vision and willing to meet the Creator halfway. One of the most profound truths about acting in faith is that it creates momentum. Action breaks the inertia of doubt and fear, propelling you forward even if the path is unclear. It's like driving a car at night. You may only see a few feet ahead, but as you move forward, more of the road is revealed. Faith-filled action works the same way. You don't need to see the entire journey, you just need to take the next step, trusting that the way will unfold as you move forward. Acting in faith also means making decisions from a place of abundance, not lack. When you operate from lack, you are governed by fear of losing what you have or fear of failing. But faith calls you to trust in divine provision. It calls you to believe that the resources, opportunities, and support you need will come when you need them. Acting in faith means taking risks, not recklessly but with the confidence that the Creator is guiding your steps. Consider the story of Peter walking on water. When Jesus called him out of the boat, Peter acted in faith, stepping onto the water despite the impossibility of the task. It was only when he allowed fear to creep in that he began to sink. This story is a powerful reminder that faith-filled action requires focus. Keep your eyes on your vision, not on the distractions or challenges around you. Trust that the same power that planted the dream in your heart will sustain you as you act on it. Another crucial aspect of acting in faith is letting go of the need for immediate results. The Creator's timing is perfect, but it is rarely aligned with our impatience. When you act in faith, you must do so without attaching yourself to the outcome. This doesn't mean you don't care about the results. It means you trust that the process is working even if you can't see immediate evidence. Faith-filled action is rooted in trust, not in the demand for instant gratification. Acting in faith also transforms how you perceive failure. When you act without faith, failure feels like a confirmation of your doubts. But when you act in faith, failure becomes a teacher, a stepping stone on the path to your vision. It is no longer something to fear, but something to embrace as part of the journey. Each setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and refine your approach. Faith-filled action turns obstacles into opportunities, setbacks into setups for success. To act in faith, you must also silence the voices of doubt, whether they come from within or from others. People may question your decisions, especially if your actions seem bold or unconventional. They may not see the vision that you see, and that's okay. Your faith is not for them to understand, it is for you to hold on to. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Show through your choices and your persistence that your vision is worth pursuing. Remember that acting in faith is a daily commitment. It is not something you do once and forget. Each day you must wake up and choose to align your actions with your imagination. This may mean stepping outside of your comfort zone, taking risks, or making sacrifices. It may mean enduring moments of uncertainty or facing criticism. But through it all, your faith will sustain you, and your actions will pave the way for your dreams to become reality. Acting in faith is the bridge between your imagination and your reality. It is the evidence of your belief and the manifestation of your trust in the Creator's power. When you act in faith, you move from dreaming about your desires to living them. So take the step. Move forward with confidence, knowing that each action brings you closer to the life you have imagined. Visualize daily. Consistency is the cornerstone of manifestation, and daily visualization is one of the most powerful habits you can develop. Your imagination thrives on repetition and focus, and the more you practice visualization, the stronger and clearer your vision becomes. To visualize daily is to feed your dreams, to nurture them until they grow into reality. It is a practice that connects your inner world with the divine power that governs creation, aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desires. As you practice meditation, it will become less automatic. Visualization is not just about seeing an image in your mind. It's about creating an immersive experience. Close your eyes and imagine the life you want in vivid detail. Picture the environment, the colors, the sounds, and the sensations. If your dream is to live in a beautiful home, imagine walking through it. Feel the texture of the floors beneath your feet. Hear the sounds of laughter echoing in the rooms, and smell the fresh flowers on the table. Engage all your senses to make the vision as real as possible. Imagine taking the into you back into your body. Imagine feeling every joint, caressing every tendon, and bearing every living thought. One of the most powerful aspects of visualization is that it shifts your focus. In the busyness of life, it's easy to get caught up in distractions, fears, and doubts. Visualization helps you realign with your purpose and reconnect with your dreams. It serves as a daily reminder of where you are headed, keeping you grounded in faith rather than swayed by temporary circumstances. The scriptures teach us to set your mind on things above. The Expanse letter tells that set your mind on things above and manifest everything expansive in your life. And daily visualization is a way of doing just that, keeping your focus on the higher vision for your life. The concept of the fifth ingredient, cause visualization, also influences your emotions, and emotions are the fuel of creation. When you visualize your desires, allow yourself to feel the joy, gratitude, and excitement of already having them. Emotions create energy, and this energy radiates out into the universe, attracting circumstances, people, and opportunities that align with your vision. If you visualize with a sense of lack or doubt, you weaken the creative power of your imagination. But when you visualize with faith and positive emotion, you amplify your ability to manifest. Another critical component of daily visualization is consistency. Just as a seed needs regular watering to grow, your dreams need regular attention to thrive. Set aside time each day to visualize, preferably in the morning or before bedtime. These are moments when your mind is most receptive and your imagination can operate without the interference of distractions. Make it a sacred practice, a time to align yourself with the Creator and the vision He has placed within you. Incorporating gratitude into your visualization amplifies its power. As you visualize, express gratitude for the life you are creating as if it has already come to pass. Gratitude shifts your perspective from a state of wanting to a state of receiving. It affirms that you trust the process and believe in the divine timing of your manifestation. Gratitude also elevates your energy, creating a positive feedback loop that attracts more of what you desire. Gratitude also elevates your energy, creating a positive feedback loop that attracts more of what you desire. Visualization is not just an inward practice, it impacts your outward actions. When you consistently visualize your dreams, you begin to see opportunities that align with your vision. You develop a heightened sense of awareness, recognizing the signs and synchronicities that guide you toward your goals. Your actions become more intentional, and your decisions are influenced by the clarity and focus that visualization provides. It is important to remember that visualization is a skill that improves with practice. In the beginning, your mind may wander, or your vision may feel unclear. Don't let this discourage you. The more you practice, the more vivid and powerful your imagination becomes. Visualization is like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. With time, your ability to imagine with clarity and conviction will become second nature. One of the greatest benefits of daily visualization is that it strengthens your faith. When you repeatedly see your vision in your mind, it becomes more real to you than the doubts and fears that try to distract you. Faith is the evidence of things not seen, and visualization provides that evidence. It bridges the gap between the unseen and the seen, giving you the confidence to move forward with unwavering belief. And let visualization become a joyful part of your day. Take it with a sense of excitement and wonder, knowing that you are co-creating with the Creator. Your imagination is not just a tool, it is a divine gift, a channel through which miracles unfold. Each time you visualize, you are planting seeds in the spiritual realm, seeds that will eventually bear fruit in the physical world. Daily visualization is a discipline that requires commitment, but its rewards are immeasurable. It aligns your mind, emotions, and actions with your desires, creating a powerful force that brings your dreams to life. Make it a priority, a non-negotiable part of your routine, and watch as the life you have imagined begins to unfold before your eyes. For what you consistently see in your mind, you will one day hold in your hands. Trust divine timing. Trusting divine timing is one of the most vital aspects of manifesting your desires. While imagination allows you to see your dreams and visualization empowers you to feel them as real, trusting divine timing teaches you patience and faith in the unseen process. The Creator works with perfect precision, orchestrating circumstances and events that align with your ultimate good. At this time of the day, when we meet, we have the flexibility of powerful creative thinking, the power to imagine anything we embrace. When you understand this, you no longer feel the need to rush or force outcomes, but instead you learn to rest in the assurance that everything is unfolding as it should. Have you ever planted a seed in the ground and immediately expected it to grow? Of course not. You understand that growth takes time, that the seed needs to root itself deeply before it can break through the soil. Manifesting your dreams operates in much the same way. There is a season of preparation, a time when things seem still or even stagnant. But beneath the surface, the Creator is aligning people, resources, and opportunities to bring your vision to fruition. This unseen work requires your patience and trust. Trusting divine timing also means letting go of the desire to control every detail of your journey. As humans, we often want to know every step, every answer, and every outcome before we even begin. But faith calls us to release this need for certainty. It invites us to walk forward with confidence, even when we cannot see the full picture. The scriptures remind us, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways." This truth teaches us that the Creator's plan is far greater than anything we could imagine, and His timing is always perfect. One of the challenges of trusting divine timing is dealing with delays. When the manifestation of your dreams takes longer than expected, doubt can creep in. You may begin to question whether your vision is achievable or whether you are on the right path. But delays are not denials. They are often opportunities for growth, refinement, and preparation. Sometimes the Creator holds back the manifestation of your desires because you are not yet ready to receive them. Trust that every delay serves a purpose, even if that purpose is not immediately clear. In moments of waiting, it is important to remain aligned with your vision. Continue to visualize your dreams, feel them as real, and take faith-filled actions. But also be willing to surrender the how and the when to the Creator. Your role is to imagine and believe. His role is to orchestrate the timing and the details. This partnership requires humility and trust. It requires you to acknowledge that the Creator's perspective is infinite, while yours is limited. Another key to trusting divine timing is cultivating gratitude for the present moment. While it is important to have a vision for the future, it is equally important to appreciate where you are right now. Every stage of your journey is valuable, and every experience, whether joyful or challenging, has something to teach you. When you trust divine timing, you learn to find contentment in the process, knowing that each step is preparing you for the fulfillment of your dreams. Trusting divine timing also requires a mindset shift. Instead of seeing time as your enemy, see it as your ally. Time is not working against you, it is working for you. Each day brings you closer to the realization of your vision, even if you cannot see the progress. The Creator is never late, and His timing is always intentional. He knows the precise moment when you are ready to receive what you have imagined, and He will not withhold it a moment longer than necessary. Find awareness brings you closer to the progress, and He will not withhold it a moment longer than necessary. Patience is a natural extension of trust. It is the quiet confidence that allows you to wait without anxiety, knowing that the Creator's plan is unfolding perfectly. When you trust divine timing, you free yourself from the pressure to force outcomes. You no longer feel the need to compare your journey to others or to measure your progress against arbitrary timelines. Instead, you walk with peace, knowing that your path is unique and that everything is happening exactly as it should. Another powerful aspect of trusting divine timing is recognizing the signs and synchronicities that guide you along the way. These signs may come in the form of unexpected opportunities, chance encounters, or moments of inspiration. They are reminders that the Creator is actively involved in your journey, aligning circumstances to bring your vision to life. When you trust divine timing, you become more attuned to these signs and more willing to follow where they lead. Trusting divine timing deepens your relationship with the Creator. It requires you to rely on His wisdom, to surrender your fears, and to place your faith in His plan. This trust strengthens your spirit and builds your resilience, allowing you to face challenges with grace and confidence. It reminds you that you are never alone, that the Creator is always with you, guiding you toward the fulfillment of your purpose. So, as you continue on your journey of manifesting your dreams, remember to trust divine timing. Embrace the process, stay aligned with your vision, and let patience and faith be your companions. For in trusting the timing of the Creator, you allow yourself to experience not only the joy of manifestation, but also the beauty of the journey itself. Manifesting your life through imagination is not just a practice, it is a divine calling. You have been gifted with the power to envision, believe, and create. a power that aligns you with the Creator's limitless potential. Each step we have explored clarity of vision, feeling your desires as real, persisting despite doubts, removing negativity, acting in faith, visualizing daily, and trusting divine timing, forms a framework for transforming your life. These principles are not separate but interconnected, working together to bring your dreams into reality. Get By, Imagining By, written by Robert Gordon and read by Angelo. Remember, your imagination is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. It is through your thoughts, emotions, and faithful actions that you shape the world around you. But the journey requires more than effort. It demands trust, patience, and an unwavering belief in the process. The Creator is your partner in this journey, and His timing is always perfect. His timing is always perfect. Your role is to prepare, believe, and take inspired action, knowing that every delay, every challenge, and every small victory is part of a greater plan. If the universe laughs at you in spite of your patience, you are left. As you move forward, hold tightly to your vision. Guard your imagination as a sacred space, free from fear and negativity. Feed it daily with faith, gratitude, and intention. Take consistent steps toward your dreams, no matter how small, and let your actions reflect your belief that what you desire is already yours. Even when the journey feels long, trust that the Creator is aligning all things for your good. The life you imagine is not a distant hope but a present reality waiting to unfold. Your imagination is the evidence of what is possible, and your faith is the substance that brings it into existence. So dream boldly, act confidently, and trust completely. For what you hold in your mind and heart, you will one day hold in your hands. Have you ever paused to wonder why some people seem unshaken? No matter the storms that rage around them, they walk through life with a quiet confidence, an unyielding faith, and a certainty that defies logic. Is it luck? Is it destiny? Or could it be that they have discovered a truth that eludes so many, that the power to shape life lies not in reacting to circumstances but in mastering the inner reality of belief? Imagine for a moment standing in a vast barren wilderness. The land stretches endlessly in every direction, and the scorching heat presses down like an unrelenting weight. To the untrained eye it seems hopeless, a place of desolation and despair. Yet to the heart that sees with faith, this same wilderness becomes a field ripe with unseen potential. The seeds of possibility lie dormant beneath the surface, waiting for the hand of belief to call them into existence. Could it be that your life right now is this very wilderness, a place that appears barren but holds the key to your greatest transformation? This is the essence of faith and vision. Life does not always present itself as we wish it to be. Often it seems as though we are surrounded by trials, setbacks, and challenges that mock our dreams. But here is the divine truth. Circumstances are not the authors of your story. They are not the masters of your fate. They are merely the stage upon which the power of your belief is revealed. Consider this. How often do you let the world around you dictate your inner world? How often do you allow the words of others, the limitations of your environment, or the weight of past failures to define what you believe is possible? What if you stopped listening to the noise of doubt and fear? What if you chose instead to listen to the quiet whisper within you that says, there is more for you. You are capable of more. You were created for more. Throughout history, there are countless stories of individuals who refused to let their circumstances define them. Think of Joseph, betrayed by his brothers and sold into slavery, who rose to become a leader in a foreign land. Or David, a shepherd boy who faced a giant with nothing more than a sling and a stone, triumphing because he saw victory when others saw defeat. Even Jesus in the wilderness for 40 days emerged not defeated but empowered, proving that desolation can lead to revelation. These stories are not relics of the past. They are reminders, living examples of what is possible when faith triumphs over fear and vision transcends the visible. They whisper to us through the pages of time, urging us to rise above what we see and to believe in what we know deep within. What if your current circumstances, no matter how challenging, are not the end of your story but the beginning of something far greater? What if the trials you face are not barriers but stepping stones, designed to strengthen your faith and refine your character? Could it be that the very things you view as obstacles are, in fact, divine invitations to grow, to trust, and to create a reality that aligns with your deepest desires? Pause for a moment and reflect on this question. What are you focusing on today? Are you consumed by the mountain before you, or are you envisioning the summit beyond it? Are you trapped by the darkness of your current tunnel, or are you fixated on the light that awaits at its end? The answer to these questions holds the key to your freedom. Faith is a powerful force, but it requires a choice. It demands that you see beyond the natural, beyond what your eyes can perceive, and trust in what your spirit knows to be true. It is written, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. What then are you hoping for? And more importantly, do your thoughts, your words, and your actions align with that hope? Or are they tethered to the limitations of your circumstances? Let us not be deceived by the temporary. Circumstances are fleeting, ever-changing, and often deceptive. They may paint a picture of defeat, but they cannot define your destiny unless you let them. Your belief, your unwavering conviction in the reality of your vision is the constant that shapes your life. When you hold fast to that belief, when you refuse to let go of your faith, the world around you must bend to the power of your inner reality. So I ask you again, what are you allowing to dominate your thoughts? Is it the fear of failure? Is it the pain of the present or the joy of the future you are creating? You hold within you the ability to choose, and in that choice lies your freedom. The world will always present distractions, doubts, and difficulties. It will challenge you to justify your dreams with evidence that may not yet exist. But faith does not require evidence. It requires trust. Trust that the unseen is more real than the seen. Trust that the power within you is greater than the forces around you. Trust that the God who created you has already equipped you with everything you need to fulfill your purpose. As you listen today, let this be the moment where you decide to take control of your inner world. Refuse to let circumstances dictate your belief. Instead, align your thoughts with the truth of your vision. Envision yourself as victorious, as abundant, as whole. And as you hold on to that vision, watch how the world begins to shift, yielding to the power of your unwavering faith. Understand that circumstances are temporary. Life is ever changing, like the ebb and flow of tides. The challenges you face today, no matter how overwhelming, are not permanent fixtures in your journey. Yet so often, we become consumed by our circumstances, believing that they hold a power over us that they simply do not possess. It is in these moments of despair that you must remind yourself circumstances are temporary. They are fleeting moments in the grand tapestry of life, and they are subject to change at any time. Imagine the seasons of the year. Winter may bring cold winds and barren landscapes, but it does not last forever. Spring inevitably follows, bringing renewal, growth, and warmth. Your life operates in the same way. The hardships you endure now are like winter's chill, harsh and seemingly unending. But just as the earth knows when to turn toward the sun, your circumstances, too, will shift when the time is right. But here's the truth that few understand. Circumstances are not meant to dictate your emotions, decisions, or outlook. They are meant to test your resilience and strengthen your faith. When you view your challenges as temporary, you begin to strip them of their power. What seems overwhelming loses its hold when you realize it is not permanent. Consider a ship navigating rough seas. To the untrained eye, the waves appear insurmountable, capable of capsizing the vessel. But to the captain, who understands the nature of the ocean, the waves are simply part of the journey. He knows they will pass, and with unwavering focus, he steers the ship toward calmer waters. You are the captain of your life, and the circumstances you face are merely waves. They are not the defining feature of your journey, they are a part of it. Scripture reminds us that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. This promise is a profound reminder that no matter how dark the night, dawn will always break. The same applies to the struggles you face. They may seem to stretch endlessly before you, but they are only a chapter in your story, not the entire narrative. Ask yourself, how often do you let temporary situations cloud your judgment and rob your peace? How many times have you acted out of fear, forgetting that the storm will pass? The key is not to let the present moment dictate your future. Instead, anchor yourself in faith, knowing that God's plan is unfolding perfectly, even when it seems hidden by clouds of uncertainty. Faith is the bridge that carries you over the waters of doubt and fear. It reminds you that no matter how strong the current, you are not alone. You are being guided, supported, and prepared for something far greater than you can imagine. Your role is to trust in this process, to hold firm in the belief that the circumstances you face are but stepping stones to the life you were meant to live. When you shift your perspective to see challenges as temporary, you unlock the ability to endure with grace. You begin to view setbacks as opportunities for growth, rather than obstacles to your progress. The patience and resilience you develop in these moments become your greatest strengths, equipping you to handle future challenges with unwavering confidence. Take a moment to reflect on the challenges you've already overcome. At the time, they may have seemed insurmountable, yet here you are, stronger and wiser because of them. The same will be true for the trials you face today. Trust that they too will pass, leaving behind lessons that shape you into the person you were always meant to be. Hold on to this truth: circumstances are temporary, but your faith and resilience are eternal. With this understanding, you can face life's storms with a calm assurance, knowing that you are not defined by the waves but by your ability to navigate through them. Align your thoughts with your vision. The mind is the birthplace of all creation. Everything you see around you, every invention, every achievement, every act of greatness began as a thought. Your thoughts are the seeds of your reality, and what you focus on consistently shapes the world you experience. If you wish to master your reality, you must first master your thoughts and align them with the vision of the life you desire. Think of your mind as fertile soil. Whatever you plant there will grow. If you sow seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, they will take root and manifest in your life. But if you plant seeds of hope, faith, and abundance, they will flourish and create a reality that aligns with your vision. The question is, what are you planting? Are your thoughts nurturing your dreams or sabotaging them? The power of thought is not just an abstract concept. It is a divine principle. Scripture tells us, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." This profound truth reveals that your inner world shapes your outer reality. If your thoughts are focused on lack, struggle, and defeat, your life will mirror those beliefs. But when your thoughts are aligned with abundance, success, and joy, your reality begins to reflect that alignment. Consider the story of the Israelites wandering in the wilderness. Their journey to the promised land was delayed not because of the physical distance, but because of their mindset. They allowed fear, doubt, and a lack of faith to cloud their vision, prolonging their journey. This story serves as a reminder that your thoughts can either propel you forward or keep you stuck. The choice is yours. Aligning your thoughts with your vision requires intentionality. It is not enough to simply wish for a better life. You must actively direct your thoughts toward that life. This means guarding your mind against negativity, refusing to entertain doubt, and consistently affirming the reality you want to create. It means believing in your vision, even when circumstances suggest otherwise. Imagine a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble. With every strike of the hammer, the vision within the stone becomes clearer. The sculptor does not focus on the excess marble that must be removed, but on the masterpiece that lies within. Your thoughts are the tools with which you shape your life. Focus not on the obstacles, but on the vision of what you are creating. It is easy to let the distractions of life pull your thoughts away from your vision. But remember, where your attention goes, energy flows. If you allow your mind to dwell on problems, those problems will grow. But when you fix your thoughts on the solution, on the vision of the life you desire, you begin to attract the circumstances, opportunities, and resources needed to make that vision a reality. This alignment is not just about positive thinking, it is about conviction. It is about believing so deeply in your vision that it becomes a part of you. When you walk, talk, and act as though your vision is already real, you align yourself with the divine principle that what you believe you will receive. To align your thoughts with your vision is to step into your role as the creator of your reality. It is to recognize that you are not a victim of your circumstances, but the architect of your destiny. As you cultivate this mindset, you will begin to see the world around you shift, reflecting the truth of your inner reality. Stay vigilant. Guard your thoughts as you would a priceless treasure. Feed your mind with ideas, words, and images that support your vision. And as you do, watch how your life transforms, one thought at a time. Trust in the unseen. Faith is the ability to trust in what is not yet visible. It is the unwavering belief that the things you hope for are already being shaped, even when your eyes can't yet see the evidence. This trust in the unseen is not just a passive hope, it is an active engagement with the divine power that governs all creation. It is the belief that your desires are as real as the air you breathe, even before they materialize. Life often tempts us to rely solely on what we can see, hear, or touch. It convinces us that what is visible is all there is. But what if the most profound realities are hidden from the senses, waiting to be revealed through faith? Think of the wind. You cannot see it, but you know it is there by the way it moves the leaves and stirs the air. In the same way, the fulfillment of your desires is set in motion by your belief, even when there is no visible sign of progress. Scripture reminds us faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. This means that faith is not an abstract concept, but a tangible force that gives shape to your vision. When you trust in the unseen, you tap into a divine principle that transcends human logic. You begin to operate from a higher reality, one where the impossible becomes possible. Consider the story of Noah, who built an ark long before there was any sign of rain. He trusted in the unseen, acting in obedience to a vision that others could not comprehend. His faith was not dependent on the circumstances around him, but on his confidence in the promise he had received. What if you too began to act with that kind of trust? What if you started living as though your desires were already fulfilled, despite what your current reality might suggest? Trusting in the unseen requires you to release doubt and fear. These emotions are natural, but they are not productive. They serve only to cloud your vision and weaken your resolve. Instead, cultivate a mindset of expectancy. Speak and think as though the fulfillment of your desires is inevitable. When you align your thoughts and actions with this belief, you create a powerful synergy that draws your vision closer to reality. This trust is not about denying your circumstances, but about transcending them. It is about acknowledging what is while believing in what could be. It is about seeing the seed not as it is, but as the tree it is destined to become. Every great achievement in life starts with this kind of faith, the ability to see the end even before the beginning. As you trust in the unseen, you become a co-creator with God, shaping your reality through the power of belief. You align yourself with a divine flow that moves in ways you cannot predict or control. This is the essence of faith, to trust not in your own strength, but in the infinite wisdom and power of the Creator. Reframe challenges as opportunities. Life is filled with challenges, but how you perceive them determines their impact on your journey. Every setback, every obstacle, and every trial can either be a stumbling block or a stepping stone. The difference lies in your perspective. When you reframe challenges as opportunities, you transform the way you experience life and unlock your potential to grow, learn, and thrive. Challenges often feel overwhelming because they force us to confront discomfort, uncertainty, and fear. But what if these very challenges were not meant to harm you, but to elevate you? What if they were carefully placed in your path to prepare you for the blessings ahead? The truth is, every challenge carries within it the seed of an opportunity, a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Think of a caterpillar in its cocoon. From the outside, the struggle to break free seems harsh and unnecessary. Yet it is through this very struggle that the caterpillar gains the strength to become a butterfly. Without the challenge of the cocoon, the transformation would never be complete. In the same way, the difficulties you face are shaping you, equipping you with the skills and character needed to rise above them. When you view challenges through this lens, they lose their power to intimidate you. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" begin to ask, "What is this teaching me?" This shift in mindset turns every difficulty into an opportunity for growth. It allows you to approach life with curiosity and courage, knowing that each trial is a stepping stone toward your destiny. Consider the story of David and Goliath. To the Israelites, Goliath was an insurmountable challenge, a giant who could not be defeated. But to David, he was an opportunity, a chance to demonstrate faith, courage, and divine power. What giants are you facing in your life today? Could they too be opportunities disguised as obstacles? Reframing challenges also requires you to let go of a victim mentality. It is easy to feel defeated and powerless when faced with difficulties, but this mindset only keeps you stuck. Instead, choose to see yourself as a victor, not a victim. Embrace the idea that every challenge is a test of your strength and a chance to prove your resilience. This perspective does not mean ignoring the pain or difficulty of the challenge. It means recognizing that pain is temporary, but the growth it brings is lasting. It means trusting that every trial has a purpose, even if you cannot see it in the moment. The challenges you face are refining you, stripping away the unnecessary and revealing the greatness within you. As you begin to see challenges as opportunities, you will notice a shift in your life. Problems that once seemed insurmountable will become manageable. Setbacks that once discouraged you will inspire you to persevere. You will begin to see yourself not as someone who is at the mercy of circumstances, but as someone who rises above them. Remember, the way you perceive challenges defines their impact on your life. Choose to see them not as barriers, but as blessings in disguise. Trust that they are shaping you into the person you are meant to be and preparing you for the life you are destined to live. Surround yourself with positivity. The environment you immerse yourself in plays a pivotal role in shaping your thoughts, beliefs, and ultimately your reality. Just as seeds require fertile soil, sunlight, and water to grow, your mind thrives when nurtured by positivity. The people you surround yourself with, the content you consume, and the atmosphere you create all serve as influences that either uplift or hinder your journey. If you desire to master your reality, you must make the deliberate choice to surround yourself with positivity. Think for a moment about the power of influence. Imagine a drop of ink falling into a clear glass of water. It doesn't take long for the ink to spread, coloring the entire glass. In the same way, negativity, even in small doses, can permeate your mind and heart, clouding your vision and draining your energy. The antidote is to consciously infuse your life with positive influences that strengthen your faith, inspire your dreams, and align with your vision for the future. Start with the people in your life. Who do you spend the most time with? Are they individuals who encourage you, challenge you to grow, and celebrate your successes? Or do they pull you down with doubt, criticism, or negativity? The company you keep has a profound impact on your mindset and energy. Surround yourself with those who believe in you, even when you struggle to believe in yourself. Seek out relationships that foster joy, optimism, and mutual respect. Sometimes this may mean distancing yourself from certain individuals who consistently drain your spirit, even if it's difficult to do so. Scripture reminds us iron sharpens iron. This means that just as two blades strengthen each other through contact, the right relationships can refine and uplift you. Find mentors, friends, or communities that share your values and aspirations. These are the people who will remind you of your potential when circumstances try to make you forget. Their presence will serve as a beacon of light, guiding you back to your path when you feel lost. Your physical and digital environments are equally important. Consider the spaces you inhabit daily, your home, workplace, or even your car. Do they reflect a sense of peace, order, and inspiration? Small changes like adding uplifting quotes, playing soft music, or maintaining cleanliness can make a significant difference in how you feel and think. These physical reminders of positivity create a sanctuary for your mind, allowing you to recharge and refocus. In the digital age, the content you consume is one of the most powerful influences on your mindset. Think about the media you watch, the books you read, and the conversations you engage in online. Are they aligned with the vision you have for your life? It's easy to fall into the trap of consuming negativity, sensationalized news, social media drama, or entertainment that glorifies conflict. While these things might seem harmless at first, over time they shape your perceptions and beliefs. Choose content that uplifts and educates you. Listen to motivational talks, read books that expand your understanding, and engage with stories that inspire you to be better. Fill your mind with ideas and narratives that align with your goals. These positive influences will act as a shield against doubt and fear, reminding you of what is possible. It's also essential to monitor your self-talk. The most constant voice in your life is your own, and it has the power to either build you up or tear you down. Pay attention to the words you speak to yourself. Are they words of encouragement, hope, and affirmation? Or do they reflect doubt, criticism, and fear? Begin to replace negative self-talk with affirmations that reinforce your faith and belief in your vision. Speak as though your desires are already fulfilled. Declare victory over your circumstances and watch as your inner world begins to align with your outer reality. Creating an environment of positivity also means practicing gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is already abundant in your life. When you start each day by acknowledging your blessings, you cultivate a mindset of contentment and expectation. Gratitude opens the door to more blessings because it aligns your energy with abundance rather than scarcity. Remember that positivity is not about ignoring reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It's about choosing to focus on the good even in the midst of difficulty. It's about finding hope in dark times and believing that better days are ahead. Positivity is a choice to align yourself with the light, no matter how dark the world around you may seem. By surrounding yourself with positivity, you create an environment where faith, hope, and growth can flourish. You protect your mind from the corrosive effects of doubt and fear, allowing your vision to thrive. Positivity is not just a feel-good concept. It is a powerful force that shapes your reality. As you choose to surround yourself with uplifting influences, you will find that the world around you begins to reflect the beauty and abundance of your inner world. Take inspired action daily. Faith without action is like a lamp without oil. It holds potential, but it cannot fulfill its purpose. Taking inspired action is the bridge between your inner vision and your outer reality. It is not enough to simply believe in your dreams or affirm your desires. To master your reality, you must act in alignment with your vision every single day. These actions, no matter how small, are the tangible expressions of your faith and commitment to your goals. Inspired action is different from mere activity. Many people fill their days with tasks and routines, yet they feel unfulfilled and stuck. This is because their actions are disconnected from their purpose. Inspired action, on the other hand, is intentional, meaningful, and fueled by the clarity of your vision. It stems from a deep sense of alignment with your goals and a belief that every step you take brings you closer to your desired reality. Imagine a farmer preparing to plant seeds. Before the first seed touches the ground, the farmer takes deliberate action. They till the soil, clear the weeds, and prepare the land for growth. These steps may seem tedious, but they are essential to the harvest that will come later. In the same way, your inspired actions are the preparation for the manifestation of your desires. Each step you take, no matter how small, prepares the soil of your life for the blessings you are working toward. Consider the story of Joshua and the Israelites as they approached the walls of Jericho. They were promised victory, but the fulfillment of that promise required action. They marched around the city walls for 7 days, an act that might have seemed foolish to onlookers. Yet their obedience and faith in taking inspired action led to the miraculous collapse of the walls. What walls in your life are waiting to fall? Could it be that your consistent, faith-filled actions are the key to unlocking your breakthrough? One of the most powerful aspects of inspired action is its ability to build momentum. Small, consistent steps create a ripple effect that amplifies over time. When you act in alignment with your vision, you send a message to yourself and the universe that you are serious about your goals. This alignment generates energy and opportunities that propel you forward. Each action, no matter how insignificant it may seem, contributes to the larger picture of your success. It is important to recognize that inspired action does not always mean grand gestures or dramatic changes. Sometimes it's as simple as making a phone call, writing down your goals, or taking time to learn a new skill. The key is to ensure that your actions align with your vision and move you closer to your desired outcome. Progress is not always immediate, but it is inevitable when you remain consistent and committed. Taking inspired action also requires you to step out of your comfort zone. Growth happens when you are willing to embrace discomfort and face your fears. Too often, people delay action because they feel unprepared or unsure. But the truth is, clarity often comes in the doing. When you take the first step, even if it feels uncertain, you set a powerful chain of events into motion. Action brings clarity, confidence, and new opportunities. As you act on your vision, be mindful of the energy you bring to each task. Inspired action is not about going through the motions or checking off a to-do list. It is about infusing your efforts with intention, passion, and belief. When you approach your actions with a sense of purpose and joy, you elevate their impact. Even mundane tasks can become meaningful when performed with the awareness that they are contributing to something greater. One of the challenges of taking inspired action is the temptation to compare your journey to others. It is easy to feel discouraged when you see others achieving success while you are still in the process of building. But remember, your path is unique and your timing is divine. Focus on your own progress and trust that your consistent efforts are leading you exactly where you need to be. As you take inspired action, be prepared for moments of doubt and resistance. These moments are natural, but they are also opportunities to reaffirm your commitment to your vision. Remind yourself of why you started and draw strength from your faith and belief in the outcome. Each step forward, no matter how difficult, is a testament to your resilience and determination. Taking inspired action daily is not just about achieving your goals, it is about becoming the person who is worthy of them. Every action shapes your character, builds your strength, and deepens your connection to your purpose. It is through this process that you transform not only your reality but also yourself. Action is the language of faith. When you act in alignment with your vision, you demonstrate trust in the unseen and confidence in your ability to create the life you desire. Each step you take is a declaration that you believe in your dreams and are willing to do the work to make them a reality. As you commit to inspired action every day, you will see your vision unfold one step at a time. Persist in faith, regardless of evidence. Faith is not a fleeting feeling or a temporary belief. It is a steadfast conviction that remains unshaken even when circumstances appear to contradict your desires. To master your reality, you must persist in faith, regardless of the evidence or lack thereof that surrounds you. This persistence is the cornerstone of all transformation and the key to unlocking the life you envision. Life often tests your faith by presenting challenges that seem insurmountable. When progress is slow or obstacles seem endless, it's easy to feel discouraged and question whether your efforts are in vain. But this is precisely where true faith is forged, in the space between your current reality and the fulfillment of your vision. It is in this gap that your belief is strengthened and your character refined. Consider a gardener who plants seeds in the soil. At first, there is no visible sign of growth. Days turn into weeks and still the soil appears barren. But the gardener knows that the seeds are working invisibly beneath the surface, taking root and preparing to sprout. They continue to water and nurture the soil, trusting the process even when there is no evidence of progress. Your faith must be like that gardener's trust, unyielding and patient, even in the face of uncertainty. Persistence in faith requires you to rise above the temptation to rely solely on what you can see or measure. The natural inclination is to seek evidence, to look for signs that your efforts are paying off. But faith operates on a higher principle. It calls you to believe in what is unseen, to hold fast to the vision within your heart, even when the external world offers no confirmation. It is written, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." This truth reminds us that the journey toward our dreams is navigated through trust, not tangible proof. Imagine the story of Abraham, who was promised descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky. Decades passed, and the promise remained unfulfilled. Yet, Abraham persisted in faith, holding on to the belief that what was promised would come to pass. His persistence became the foundation for a legacy that stretched far beyond his lifetime. What if your persistence too is laying the groundwork for blessings that exceed your imagination? Persistence is not passive, it is active. It is the daily choice to align your thoughts, words, and actions with your vision, regardless of how things appear. This kind of faith demands consistency and determination. It requires you to declare victory over your circumstances, to speak life into your dreams, and to act as though your desires are already fulfilled. Each time you persist in faith, you reaffirm your trust in the divine process that is working on your behalf. The world may try to dissuade you with doubt and fear. It may whisper that your dreams are too big, your goals too ambitious, or your efforts too small to make a difference. But persistence silences these voices. It says, "I will not be moved by what I see, for I know that greater is at work within me." This unwavering belief becomes your shield, protecting you from negativity and discouragement. Persistence also requires patience. Often the greatest blessings come not when we expect them, but when we are ready to receive them. The delay is not a denial, it is a preparation. During this time, you are being shaped, strengthened, and refined. Your faith is being stretched so that when the promise arrives, you will be equipped to steward it wisely. Think of a sculptor working on a block of marble. With each chisel and strike, the masterpiece hidden within begins to emerge. The process is slow and deliberate, requiring both skill and patience. In the same way, your persistence in faith is shaping the masterpiece of your life. Every day that you choose to believe, even when progress is unseen, you are carving away doubt and fear, revealing the reality of vision. Persistence in faith also invites divine intervention. When you remain steadfast, you align yourself with the power of God to move in ways beyond your comprehension. This alignment creates opportunities, opens doors, and orchestrates circumstances that you could never have predicted. It is not your job to figure out how everything will unfold. Your role is to persist in belief and trust that the outcome is already assured. In moments of doubt, remind yourself of the promises that have already been fulfilled in your life. Reflect on the times when what once seemed impossible became reality. Let these memories serve as anchors for your faith, reminding you that the same power that brought you through past challenges is at work in your present circumstances. Persistence is not about perfection, it is about progress. It is about showing up every day even when you feel weary or uncertain. It is about refusing to give up on the vision that has been placed in your heart. Each act of persistence strengthens your resolve, building momentum that propels you closer to your goals. As you persist in faith, you become a living testimony of what is possible when belief transcends evidence. Your unwavering conviction inspires others, showing them that faith is not just a concept but a transformative force. Through your persistence, you demonstrate that circumstances are no match for a determined heart and a steadfast spirit. As we bring this journey to a close, let us reflect on the profound truth that has been the foundation of this message. You are not a product of your circumstances, you are the creator of your reality. Life will always present challenges, obstacles, and moments of doubt, but these do not define you. What defines you is your ability to rise above them, to see beyond the visible, and to hold steadfast to the vision that burns within your soul. Faith is your anchor, belief is your compass, and action is your vessel. Together, these form the unshakable foundation upon which you can build the life you desire. Remember that the power to transform your reality lies not in waiting for conditions to be perfect, but in choosing to see perfection in every moment, trusting that God's plan is unfolding in ways you may not yet understand. Circumstances are temporary. Your vision is eternal. What you choose to focus on, nurture, and believe in today will determine the reality you live tomorrow. Do not let fear, doubt, or the opinions of others steer you away from the destiny that is already written for you. Align your thoughts, words, and actions with your vision, and trust that all things are working together for your good. Thank you for joining me today on this transformative journey of mastering your reality. My hope is that this message has reignited the fire within you, reminding you of the power you hold to create the life you deserve. As you move forward, carry this truth with you. Your faith, persistence, and inspired action are the keys to unlocking every door that stands before you. Now it's your turn to take the lessons shared today and apply them to your life. Start with a single step, no matter how small, and watch how the world begins to shift in your favor. The journey may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Imagine standing at the threshold of a life you've always dreamed of, where every door that once seemed sealed shut suddenly opens, where every barrier dissolves before your very eyes, and where the things you once thought impossible begin to materialize in ways so breathtaking, they leave you speechless. Now, what if I told you that this isn't just a fantasy, but a reality waiting for you to step into? What if the key to unlocking this life was already in your hands, hidden in plain sight, waiting for you to discover its power? Life is a tapestry woven with unseen threads of faith, belief, and intention. These threads are not random, they are deliberate, and they carry within them the essence of your deepest desires. Yet so many of us wander through life unaware of the incredible potential that lies dormant within us. Have you ever paused to wonder why some people seem to have everything they desire while others struggle, endlessly feeling as though the universe conspires against them? Could it be that the difference isn't in luck or opportunity, but in the way they wield their inner power? Let's take a moment to reflect. Every thought, every belief, and every emotion you carry within you is like a seed planted in the fertile of your mind. The question is, what kind of seeds are you planting? Are they seeds of abundance, joy, and fulfillment? Or are they seeds of doubt, fear, and limitation? The truth is, the harvest you reap in life will always reflect the seeds you've sown. This is an unchanging law, one that governs not just the physical world, but the unseen spiritual dimensions as well. Now, here's where it gets truly extraordinary. There exists a rare and powerful technique, one that has been whispered about by the wise and practiced by the enlightened. This method doesn't just plant seeds. It supercharges them, accelerating their growth in ways that defy conventional understanding. It's not magic, though it may feel like it. It's a divine process rooted in the sacred interplay of fate and imagination, designed to align your inner world so perfectly with your desires that the outer world has no choice but to reflect them back to you. But why, you may ask, does this technique work so profoundly? It's because it taps into a truth as old as time itself. That which you assume to be true, with unwavering belief, becomes your reality. This isn't just a motivational platitude, it's a spiritual law. What you hold in your mind and feel in your heart creates vibrations that ripple out into the universe, drawing to you the very essence of your assumptions. The world you see is not separate from you. It is a mirror, reflecting back the beliefs you hold at the core of your being. Think about this for a moment. If you were to truly believe without doubt, hesitation, or fear that your desires were already fulfilled, how would you feel? How would you think, act, and carry yourself? Would you not move with confidence, speak with assurance, and live with the joy of someone who knows they are blessed beyond measure? This feeling, this assumption of the wish fulfilled, is the secret ingredient that transforms mere dreams into reality. So I ask you, what are you assuming about your life right now? Are you assuming lack, struggle, and defeat? Or are you assuming abundance, ease, and victory? The beauty of this technique is that it requires no external tools or rituals. All it asks of you is your faith, your imagination, and your willingness to embrace the unseen as though it were already seen. It's about shifting your focus from what is to what can be, and living in the certainty that it already is. As you prepare to learn the steps of this transformative process, remember this: the power to manifest lies not in the future, but in the present moment. It is here now, waiting for you to claim it. The question is, are you ready? Are you ready to take the leap of faith that will unlock doors you never knew existed? Are you ready to step into a life so aligned with your highest good that it feels as though heaven itself has touched your earth? Stay with us, because what comes next is not just a technique, but a revelation. It's a call to awaken divine power within you, to rise above the limitations of the past, and to create a life that reflects the fullness of your potential. By the end of this journey, you will not only understand how to use this rare method, but also see why it has the power to manifest your desires so quickly it's almost scary. Now, let's delve into the 7 steps of this life-changing technique. The first step in manifesting your desires so quickly it feels almost supernatural is relaxation. This is not a mere physical act of sitting still, but an intentional journey into a state of deep peace and tranquility. Relaxation is the gateway to your subconscious mind, the fertile soil where the seeds of your desires take root. Without it, your mind remains cluttered, distracted, and resistant to the powerful work of manifestation. Have you ever noticed how a calm lake reflects the surrounding beauty with perfect clarity? Now imagine trying to see that reflection in a lake agitated by wind and waves. The image is distorted, unclear, and fragmented. This is precisely what happens when you try to manifest from a state of mental chaos. Your mind is like that lake. When it's calm and still, it becomes a perfect mirror for the divine power within you to project your desires into reality. Relaxation is more than just a physical state, it's a spiritual act. It's about surrendering your worries, anxieties, and doubts. This isn't a process of forcing your mind to be quiet, but gently guiding it into stillness. Think of it as letting go of a rope you've been gripping tightly. The harder you pull, the more resistance you create. But when you release it, a profound sense of peace washes over you. To begin, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. It could be a corner of your room, a spot in nature, or even your car parked in a serene location. The environment isn't as important as your intention to create a space for peace. Sit or lie down in a position that feels comfortable, allowing your body to rest naturally. Close your eyes and take a deep breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Feel the air as it fills your lungs, and notice the rhythm of your breath as it begins to slow. As you breathe, imagine each exhale carrying away tension, stress, and negative energy. Feel your muscles loosen, your shoulders dropping, your jaw unclenching, and your brow smoothing. This isn't just about physical relaxation, it's about quieting the chatter of your conscious mind. Let your thoughts drift without judgment, like clouds passing across the sky. You don't need to chase them or push them away. Simply observe them as they come and go. In this state of relaxation, your brain waves naturally shift from the active beta state to the calmer alpha and theta states. These are the states of deep creativity, intuition, and connection to your subconscious mind. This is where the magic of manifestation begins. Your subconscious doesn't respond to force or urgency, it responds to calm, clear intention. Relaxation allows you to bypass the critical filter of your conscious mind and access the deeper parts of yourself where true transformation occurs. But why is relaxation so important? Because it removes resistance. Resistance is the enemy of manifestation. It's the inner tension that says, what if this doesn't work? What if I fail? What if I'm not worthy? These thoughts act like weeds, choking the growth of the seeds you're planting. Relaxation uproots these weeds, creating a fertile space for your desires to flourish. Some people find it helpful to use guided meditations, calming music, or even affirmations during this process. Others prefer the simple sound of silence. Whatever method you choose, the goal is the same: to quiet the noise and connect with the stillness within. In this stillness, you become attuned to the divine energy that flows through all things. You begin to sense that your desires are not separate from you but already a part of who you are. As you practice relaxation daily, you'll notice a shift. Your mind becomes clearer, your emotions more balanced, and your energy more aligned. You'll start to feel a sense of inner peace that transcends circumstances. This peace is the foundation upon which your manifestations are built. It's the calm before the miraculous storm of transformation. Remember, relaxation is not a one-time event, but a practice. The more you cultivate it, the more powerful your manifestations become. It's the stillness that allows the universe to speak to you, the silence that amplifies the voice of your intuition, and the peace that draws your desires into your reality. Start today and watch how this simple yet profound step transforms your life. Visualization is the heartbeat of manifestation. It is the bridge between the seen and the unseen, the conscious and the subconscious. When done vividly, it transforms your desires from intangible dreams into concrete realities. This is not mere daydreaming, but a deliberate act of creation, a sacred process where you see and feel your desires as though they are already fulfilled. Picture this: an artist standing before a blank canvas. The artist doesn't wait for the painting to appear magically. They imagine the colors, shapes, and details in their mind before bringing them to life on the canvas. Similarly, your mind is the canvas, and visualization is the brushstroke of creation. What you paint in your imagination becomes the blueprint for your reality. To begin, close your eyes and focus on the desire you wish to manifest. Imagine it as vividly as possible, engaging all your senses. Let's say you're visualizing your dream home. Don't just see the house, walk through it in your mind. Feel the texture of the walls, hear the sound of your footsteps on the floor, smell the fresh flowers in the living room, and taste the warmth of a cup of tea as you sit by the window. The more detailed and immersive your visualization, the more real it becomes to your subconscious mind. But why does this work? Because the subconscious doesn't distinguish between imagined experiences and real ones. When you visualize vividly, your subconscious accepts it as reality and begins to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with this new reality. It's like programming a GPS. Once you input the destination, the system automatically calculates the best route to get you there. One of the keys to vivid visualization is making it personal. Don't visualize from an outsider's perspective. See yourself actively living the life you desire. For example, if you're manifesting a successful career, don't just see a generic office space. Imagine yourself sitting at your dream desk, confident leading a meeting or receiving applause for your accomplishments. Feel the emotions that come with these experiences: pride, joy, gratitude, and let them fill your entire being. Emotion is what breathes life into your visualization. It's not enough to see your desire, you must feel it. The joy of holding your manifested dream, the excitement of achieving it, and the gratitude of living it. All these emotions create a powerful energetic charge that imprints your vision onto your subconscious mind. Without this emotional involvement, visualization remains a hollow image, lacking the vibrancy needed to bring it to life. Another powerful technique to enhance your visualization is to add movement. Static images are less engaging for the mind. Instead, create dynamic scenes where you are actively interacting with your desire. If you're manifesting a new car, imagine yourself driving it down the highway, feeling the steering wheel in your hands and hearing the hum of the engine. This movement makes your visualization more engaging and memorable. Consistency is crucial. Set aside time each day to practice vivid visualization. Morning and evening are ideal as your mind is naturally more receptive during these times. Even a few minutes of focused visualization can yield incredible results. Think of it as watering the seeds of your desires. With each session, you nurture their growth, bringing them closer to fruition. Remember to trust the process. Visualization is not about forcing outcomes or obsessing over details. It's about aligning your inner world with the reality you wish to create. When you visualize vividly and consistently, send a clear signal to the universe and your subconscious mind. They respond by orchestrating events, opportunities, and circumstances that bring your vision to life. Visualization is a divine gift, a tool that empowers you to shape your reality. Use it with intention, faith, and gratitude, and watch as the world around you transforms to mirror the beauty of your inner creations. Emotion is the secret language of the universe. While thoughts guide the direction of your manifestations, emotions fuel their intensity. Without the spark of genuine feeling, even the most vivid visualizations remain flat, like a painting without color. Emotional connection is the bridge that transforms your desires from distant dreams into present reality, infusing them with life and energy. It's not just about imagining what you want, it's about immersing yourself in the emotions of already having it. Think about the last time you experienced pure joy. Maybe it was a moment of celebration, a kind gesture from someone, or the fulfillment of a long-held dream. Do you remember how it felt in your body? The warmth in your chest, the lightness in your step, the smile that came effortlessly. Now, imagine channeling that same emotional energy into your manifestations. This is the essence of emotional connection. When you visualize your desire, don't stop at the mental image. Close your eyes and ask yourself, how would I feel if this were true right now? Let's say you're manifesting financial freedom. Picture the relief of knowing your bills are paid effortlessly, the excitement of treating yourself and loved ones without hesitation, and the gratitude for the abundance flowing into your life. Feel these emotions as deeply as you can, allowing them to radiate through your entire being. Why is this so important? Because emotions are magnetic. They amplify the energy of your thoughts and send a powerful signal to the universe and your subconscious mind. This signal says, I already have this. This is my reality. Your subconscious, which doesn't distinguish between real and imagined experiences, responds by aligning your actions, beliefs, and even the circumstances around you to match this emotional state. Consider this analogy. Emotions are like the wind filling the sails of a ship. Without the wind, the ship may be well constructed, but it will remain stationary. Similarly, without emotional involvement, your desires may remain vivid but lack the momentum to materialize. When you feel the joy, excitement, and gratitude of your desires fulfilled, you set your manifestation into motion. But connecting emotionally isn't always easy, especially if your current reality feels far from what you desire. This is where the power of imagination becomes a lifeline. Imagine stepping into a version of yourself who already has what you want. What would their day look like? How would they carry themselves? What thoughts and emotions would fill their mind? Embody this version of yourself in your visualization, allowing their feelings to become yours. Here's a technique to deepen your emotional connection. Anchor your emotions in the present moment. For instance, if you're manifesting a loving relationship, think about the small, joyful details that come with it, holding hands, laughing together, or sharing quiet moments of understanding. Feel the warmth of these experiences as if they're happening now. This emotional anchoring makes your desire feel more real and accessible, reinforcing the belief that it's already yours. Another powerful practice is gratitude. Gratitude is the ultimate amplifier of emotion. It shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from longing to fulfillment. As you visualize your desire, thank the universe or the divine for bringing it into your life. Say aloud or in your heart, thank you for this blessing. I am so grateful to experience this joy. Gratitude creates a feedback loop of positivity, strengthening your emotional connection and drawing your desire closer. It's also important to let these emotions flow naturally. Don't force yourself to feel something you're not ready for. Instead, start where you are and build gradually. If joy feels out of reach, begin with curiosity or hope. These emotions are stepping stones that lead to deeper feelings of excitement and gratitude over time. Finally, carry this emotional energy into your daily life. Don't confine it to your visualization practice. Throughout the day, remind yourself of the joy and fulfillment that your desire brings. Smile as if your manifestation has already arrived. Walk with the confidence of someone who knows they are blessed. Speak with the gratitude of someone who sees abundance everywhere. Emotional connection is not just a step in the manifestation process, it's the heartbeat of creation. When you feel your desires as if they're already true, you align your inner world with the reality you wish to create. This alignment creates a ripple effect, influencing your thoughts, actions, and circumstances in profound ways. Practice this step consistently and watch how quickly your desires take shape in the physical world. Assumption is the cornerstone of manifestation. It is the act of claiming your desires as your present reality, not as something distant or uncertain. This step is what separates wishful thinking from true manifestation. When you assume fulfillment, you stop hoping for your desires to come true and start living as though they already have. This shift in mindset is subtle yet powerful, sending a clear message to your subconscious mind and the universe. This is who I am. This is my truth. Let's explore what assumption really means. It's not about pretending or forcing yourself to believe something that feels unrealistic. It's about stepping into a state of inner knowing. Think of it like a role you're playing in a movie. If you were cast as a confident, successful individual, you wouldn't just act the part, you would embody it, feel it, and become it. This is the essence of assuming fulfillment. Assuming your desire is already fulfilled requires a shift in perspective. Instead of focusing on what you lack, focus on what you have. For example, if you're manifesting a new job, stop thinking about the job you don't have. Instead, assume the mindset of someone who already has their dream position. How would they wake up in the morning? What thoughts would fill their mind? How would they speak, act, and interact with others? Begin to mirror these behaviors and attitudes in your own life. This step is not about ignoring your current reality but transcending it. A farmer doesn't lament the empty field before planting seeds. They assume the harvest is coming and act accordingly, preparing the soil and tending to the crops. Similarly, when you assume fulfillment, you prepare yourself to receive your desires. You align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the reality you want to create, even if the evidence hasn't yet appeared. Here's an important truth. The subconscious mind doesn't work with someday or maybe. It responds to what you declare as true in the present moment. When you assume fulfillment, you activate the creative power of your subconscious, setting into motion the events and circumstances needed to bring your desire into physical form. This is why it's crucial to speak and think in the present tense. Instead of saying, I will have abundance, say I am abundant. Replace I will find love with I am love. One of the most powerful tools for assuming fulfillment is affirmations. These are short, positive statements that reinforce your desired reality. For instance, if you're manifesting better health, you might say, I am vibrant and full of energy. Repeat these affirmations throughout the day, allowing them to sink into your subconscious. Over time, these statements become beliefs, and these beliefs shape your reality. But assumption is more than just words, it's a feeling. It's the inner conviction that your desire is already yours. To cultivate this feeling, use your imagination. Picture yourself in the reality you desire, engaging all your senses and emotions. As you do, remind yourself, this is real. This is who I am. Let this feeling of certainty anchor you, even when external circumstances suggest otherwise. Doubt is the greatest enemy of assumption. When doubts arise, don't resist them. Acknowledge them, but don't dwell on them. Instead, redirect your focus to your desired reality. Remember, the strength of your assumption lies in your consistency. The more you affirm and feel your fulfillment, the less power doubt will have over you. Assuming fulfillment is not about controlling the external world but transforming your inner world. When you align your inner reality with your desires, the outer world naturally adjusts to reflect it. This is the essence of manifestation, becoming the person who already has what you seek. Practice this step with unwavering faith, and watch as the world around you transforms to mirror the reality you claimed as your own. Detachment is often misunderstood in the realm of manifestation, but it is one of the most critical steps. It's not about giving up on your desire or abandoning your vision, it's about releasing the need to control how your desire will manifest. This step requires trust, faith, and a deep understanding of the universal principle that your job is to focus on the end result, not the mechanics of how it will unfold. Think of a farmer planting a seed. Once the seed is in the soil, the farmer doesn't dig it up daily to check if it's growing. They trust the natural process, knowing the seed will sprout in its own time. The same applies to your manifestations. When you set your intention, visualized it, and assumed it as true, your role is to let go and allow the universe or your subconscious mind to orchestrate the details. Detachment begins with trust. You must trust that the process works even if you don't see immediate results. This trust is a declaration of your faith in the unseen forces that govern reality. It says, I believe my desire is already mine, and I don't need to interfere with the how. This mindset creates space for your manifestation to unfold naturally without the resistance that comes from doubt or anxiety. Why is detachment so important? Because obsessing over the how creates resistance. When you constantly question, how will this happen? When will it happen? You send mixed signals to your subconscious mind. This doubt disrupts the flow of energy and slows the manifestation process. Detachment, on the other hand, aligns you with the state of ease and flow, allowing your desire to materialize effortlessly. Detachment also frees you from the trap of micromanagement. It's natural to want to control the process, especially when the stakes feel high. But trying to dictate every detail is like standing in the middle of a flowing river and attempting to redirect the current with your hands. It's exhausting and counterproductive. Instead, step back and let the river carry you to your destination. One way to practice detachment is by focusing on the present moment. Instead of fixating on the future or worrying about the outcome, immerse yourself in the joy and gratitude of now. Trust that the steps are being arranged behind the scenes, even if you can't see them yet. Remember, the universe often works in ways that are beyond your understanding. What seems like a detour might actually be a shortcut. Another powerful technique is to cultivate a mindset of surrender. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means releasing your grip on the need to control every aspect of the manifestation. Say to yourself, I release this desire into the hands of the divine. I trust that it will manifest in the perfect time and way. This act of surrender opens the door for miracles, allowing your desire to manifest in ways that often exceed your expectations. Detachment also involves letting go of the outcome's timeline. One of the biggest sources of frustration in manifestation is impatience. You may wonder, why hasn't it happened yet? This impatience creates a sense of lack, which contradicts the feeling of having your desire. Instead, remind yourself that divine timing is always perfect. Trust that your manifestation is on its way and will arrive when the conditions are right. Finally, detachment doesn't mean you stop visualizing or affirming your desire. It means you do so from a place of faith and certainty, not desperation or neediness. Keep your focus on the joy of the end result, but release any attachment to the steps or timeline. When you detach from the how, you allow infinite possibilities to unfold, creating space for the universe to surprise you in beautiful and unexpected ways. Detachment is about stepping into a state of peace and trust, knowing that your role is to align with your desire, not to force its manifestation. When you master this step, you find that your desires flow to you effortlessly, as if by divine design. Faithful repetition is the practice of consistently reinforcing your desire through visualization, affirmations, and emotional alignment. This step is essential because manifestation is not a one-time event. It's a continuous process of aligning your inner world with your desired reality. Think of it like watering a plant. You don't water it once and expect it to thrive. You nurture it daily, ensuring it grows strong and healthy. Repetition strengthens the neural pathways in your brain, making your desired reality feel more familiar and attainable. When you repeat a thought or action consistently, it becomes a habit, and when your habits align with your desires, they create a powerful momentum that propels you toward your goal. This is why faithful repetition is so vital. It transforms your desires from fleeting wishes into ingrained beliefs. To begin, establish a daily routine for your manifestation practice. Choose a time when your mind is naturally more receptive, such as in the morning when you wake up or at night before you sleep. During this time, engage in activities that reinforce your desire, such as visualization, affirmations, or meditation. Treat this practice as a sacred ritual, a time to connect with your higher self and the divine power within you. When visualizing, repeat the same scene in your mind. Consistency is key here. The more you replay this scene, the more real it becomes to your subconscious mind. Imagine yourself living your desired reality with as much detail and emotion as possible. Feel the joy, gratitude, and excitement as though it's happening right now. Let this scene become your mental sanctuary, a place you can return to whenever you need reassurance or inspiration. The affirmations are another powerful tool for faithful repetition. Choose statements that resonate with your desire and repeat them daily. For example, if you are manifesting success, you might say, "I am successful in all that I do. Opportunities flow to me effortlessly." Say these affirmations with conviction, allowing their truth to sink into your subconscious. Over time, these affirmations will become a natural part of your thought process. Faithful repetition also involves embodying your desire in your actions and mindset. Ask yourself, how would I think, feel, and act if my desire were already true? Then begin to live as though it is. This doesn't mean pretending or being inauthentic. It means aligning your behavior with the reality you're creating. For instance, if you're manifesting confidence, stand tall, speak clearly, and carry yourself with self-assurance. These small, consistent actions reinforce your belief in your desired reality. It's important to approach repetition with faith and patience. Results may not appear overnight, but that doesn't mean the process isn't working. Manifestation is like planting a seed. At first you see nothing, but beneath the surface, roots are forming and growth is happening. Trust in this unseen progress and continue to nurture your desire with faithful repetition. And to maintain your practice, create reminders and rituals that keep your desire at the forefront of your mind. You might write your affirmations on sticky notes and place them where you'll see them daily. Or you could set aside a few minutes each morning to visualize your desire before starting your day. Find what works best for you and make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. Surround yourself with positive influences that reinforce your belief in manifestation. Read inspiring books, listen to uplifting speeches, or join a community of like-minded individuals. These influences will keep your energy aligned and your faith strong, making it easier to stay consistent in your practice. This is the secret. Faithful repetition is not about forcing your desire, but about gently and consistently aligning with it. Each repetition strengthens the connection between your inner vision and your outer reality. With time, patience, and unwavering faith, you will find that your desires manifest effortlessly, as if by natural law. Gratitude is the golden key that unlocks the door to your desires. It's the ultimate amplifier of manifestation, an acknowledgement that your wishes are not only possible, but already fulfilled. Gratitude in advance shifts your mindset from longing to having, from seeking to receiving. It is the bridge between your current reality and the one you're creating, anchoring your desires in the present moment, as if they have already come true. Why is gratitude so powerful? Because it aligns your energy with abundance and fulfillment. When you express gratitude, you emit a frequency of joy and contentment, signaling to the universe that you are ready to receive. This energy creates a magnetic pull, drawing more of what you're grateful for into your life. Gratitude is like a mirror. What you project outward is reflected back to you in even greater measure. To practice gratitude in advance, start by imagining your desire as already fulfilled. Close your eyes and picture yourself living in the reality you've been manifesting. See the details, feel the emotions, and immerse yourself in the experience. Then, with your heart full of appreciation, say thank you. Say it aloud or silently, but mean it with every fiber of your being. This simple act of gratitude affirms your belief that your desire is real and already yours. For example, if you're manifesting a new job, imagine waking up on your first day feeling excited and confident. Picture yourself walking into the office, meeting your new colleagues, and enjoying the work. As you visualize this, say, "Thank you for this incredible opportunity. I am so grateful for this dream job." Let the gratitude flow naturally, as if you're thanking someone for a gift they've already given you. Gratitude in advance also helps to dissolve doubts and fears. It redirects your focus from what you lack to what you have. Instead of worrying about whether your desire will manifest, you anchor yourself in the certainty that it already has. This mindset creates a powerful sense of peace and trust, allowing you to let go of the need to control or force the process. One effective way to cultivate gratitude is through journaling. Each day, write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for, as if they've already happened. For instance, I am grateful for the financial abundance flowing into my life. I am thankful for the loving and supportive relationships I have. I am deeply appreciative of the opportunities that align perfectly with my goals. Writing these statements reinforces your belief in their reality and keeps your focus on the positive. Another practice is to incorporate gratitude into your daily routine. Begin and end your day by expressing thanks for your desires. As you wake up, take a moment to say, "Thank you for this beautiful day and for all the blessings unfolding in my life." Before going to bed, reflect on your day and say thank you for the progress I've made and the manifestations that are on their way. These simple rituals set the tone for your day and reinforce your alignment with your desires. Gratitude in advance also strengthens your emotional connection to your desires. When you feel grateful, you naturally experience joy, excitement, and contentment. These emotions elevate your vibration, making you a match for the reality you're manifesting. It's not just about saying the words, it's about feeling the gratitude deep in your heart. Some people find it helpful to visualize a gratitude ceremony. Imagine standing before a higher power or the universe, holding your desire in your hands as a tangible reality. Feel the love and joy radiating from this moment and say thank you for this blessing. I receive it with an open heart and a grateful spirit. This visualization not only reinforces your gratitude, but also deepens your faith in the manifestation process. Gratitude in advance cultivates a sense of abundance that extends beyond your specific desires. As you practice being thankful for what you're manifesting, you'll start to notice other blessings in your life. This awareness creates a positive feedback loop, where gratitude begets more gratitude, and abundance begets more abundance. So, remember the importance of gratitude. And abundance begets more abundance. Gratitude is not just a step in the manifestation process, it's a way of life. When you live in a state of thankfulness, you open yourself to receive more of what you desire. Gratitude in advance transforms your inner world, creating a reality where your dreams are not only possible, but inevitable. Embrace this practice with an open heart and watch as your desires flow into your life with grace and ease. Whatever lies before you is yours to grasp, and you need never fear that it could crumble. Let me know if you'd like further refinements or additional content. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the transcendent bow. As we draw to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the profound journey we've embarked on together. You now hold in your hands a technique so powerful, so transformative, that it has the potential to change your life in ways you once thought impossible. It is a consummate tool which can change your life in ways you once thought impossible. You are capable of so much and can limitlessly pursue your vision and prospect. Each step, relaxation, vivid visualization, emotional connection, assumption of fulfillment, detachment, faithful repetition, and gratitude in advance, builds upon the other, creating a seamless process that aligns your inner world with your deepest desires. The essence of this method is simple yet profound. You are the creator of your reality. The thought you think, the emotions you feel, and the beliefs you hold shape the world around you. By mastering these steps, you take control of this creative power and direct it toward a life of abundance, joy, and fulfillment. But remember, this journey is not about forcing outcomes or rushing the process. It's about faith, patience, and trust. It's about surrendering to the divine flow and allowing the universe to work through you, bringing your desires to life in the perfect time and way. Manifestation is not a distant dream, it's a present reality waiting for you to claim it. Each step you take, each moment of faith and gratitude brings you closer to the life you envision. Trust in the process, believe in your power, and know that the universe is always conspiring in your favor. Now it's your turn to put this wisdom into action. Start today. Begin with a quiet moment of relaxation, a vivid image of your desire, and a heartfelt feeling of gratitude. Repeat this practice with consistency and faith, and watch as the seemingly impossible becomes your reality. You have everything you need within you to manifest your dreams. The only question is, will you take the leap of faith and begin? The power is yours, and the time is now. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery and empowerment. If this message has inspired or resonated with you, let us know in the comments below. Share your thoughts, your experiences, and your vision for the life you're manifesting. Together, we can build a community of creators, united in the pursuit of our highest potential. Until next time, keep believing, keep creating, and remember, the life of your dreams is not a wish, it's a choice. Choose it boldly and live it fully.